So I wanted to talk to y'all about the medium of movement and dance in general. So I'm actually talking about the medium of movement, like as an art form, and how there, in certain practices, the uh, the work and the struggle and all those things are kept uh, mysterious. So um, the artists don't really show that much of their process. One, because I think that they don't want their ideas stolen, possibly, or their method. But then two, it creates like this wow factor between um, the people viewing the art. And I think it can be somewhat of a barrier or um, it can make people, or it can influence people to have unrealistic goals with their own art, and I definitely have done that myself. And there's times when, like, I guess I'll review some things. I actually do have psoriasis on my legs and stuff, but I also have it in my joints, and so it makes it difficult uh, to dance sometimes because it's painful. I'm not going to get into that too deeply, but essentially, someone who does work in movement, and that's the medium that they've chose, or dance, or things like that, movement arts, aerial silks, or synchronized swimming, maybe, I don't know, all sorts of different movements that, like, where it has to do with aesthetics or play a heavy role. Uh, there's um, oftentimes it's showcased like the final product, and it gives you kind of that same feeling that people get when they're scrolling through uh, social media, and they're seeing the only thing they're seeing is what people uh, they're only seeing what those people want other people to see about their work, but you don't necessarily see the day and grind and or that kind of thing, where all the different barriers. And like for me, one of those things does have to do with uh, my like actual physical health and the symptoms that I get with psoriasis in my joints, the psoriatic arthritis. So that's something I guess I didn't mention before on this channel. And it does actually create gaps in when I'm able to work on what I want to work on. But in the past, I've been quite creative. If you look through some of my raw unplanned dances that were like, mm, like 6 and 7 and 8, and some of those ones that were under 10, uh, the like numeral of like 10. Those earlier ones, I was doing some more interesting things with props and more experimental things with how I move. So if I get into a position where I'm not able to dance on my feet, I'll still continue to be creating art with movement. It will just be, possibly sitting in a chair, and sometimes having some sort of constriction or uh, obstacle to be creative around can be really great for your work, and it can produce really amazing results. So it's not always about having everything at your disposal. Sometimes the most beautiful art can happen when you have have an obstacle that you have to work around that forces you to be creative. So I'm just kind of putting that intention out there so that uh, I can come back and actually look at this video myself to remind myself, and then also what else? I plan to do a very important dance around fair trade books in Red Wing, like a small little celebration, and it has to do with me finally earning my ankle bells. I know there were some of you that were interested in learning more about classical Indian dances from South Asia, and in some of these dances, they do wear bells around their ankles to emphasize the beat. And it adds more percussion to what they're doing. So that's the simplest terms I can put it in now. But I'll talk more about my decision with just start using them in my own work and how I kind of made it my own thing and how Fair Trade Books is involved in the matter. So I really appreciate you tuning into this this bath time bubble chat. I don't know. And I will see you in videos soon. And I think that I will figure out a way to start collecting emails so I can send you more information about my projects. And I'm also at a place where I will have to think about how I want to interface with my patrons and my patronage. I haven't monetized anything on my channel as of yet, and I may not, but it's more about having a place to have my own work cataloged, accessible, have a community, and then as well as what else does it? Oh, just have experimentation and have it in one place, and have people to enjoy it, I guess. But having a more organized way to get a hold of you when I do have something larger going on in the area, or upcoming shows and things like that, or upcoming projects. Stay tuned, and we will definitely talk soon. All right. Do you think that I could play Namor, the Submariner, in like the Marvel universe? I don't know. I might edit that out. We'll see. Back to Atlantis.